like mentally, spiritually, everything. How are you going to keep moving forward? How is it that you keep things going? Now, if you notice, I didn't say financially. We're not talking materialistic right now, because because it's just been proven. It's just been shown the possibilities are there to make whatever circumstance you're in, make it work. It might take a little harder work, but we have to make it work. It can work. It's been shown to work. Other people have done it. Maybe not your exact circumstance, but something similar. Maybe something worse. And that's not to question like your inspiration. Don't let that thinking out process there and interrupt that process of thinking, well, what's the point of me doing this then? If it's not somebody's did it and they've had come from worse circumstances, then I didn't get a chance to make it. Or those thoughts are not necessary. Those thoughts are actually the reasons why we're having this conversation, because if you do not address it now, which here we are going on 3 weeks, my time, into the process of this journey. If you don't figure it out now and get ready for those questions to come into your head and know the answer to it immediately, so where you can keep moving forward, then you're never going to know them. And that question, when it comes up, it's going to knock you down. And it's going to smother you, and you're not going to be able to make it out. So we have to address it now. I just want to make sure I keep emphasizing just that point. General sense of all of this is for you to understand that this is either you're in or you're out. This is no halfway, I'm out. You should have got out a long time ago. You wasted our time. There's no need in that. And maybe this sounds harsh. Maybe it sounds, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't sound too mean, because none of this is meant to be mean. This is all meant to be to motivate you, to guide you. And again, in the long run of this, if this is not the way to go about it, and we never succeed, then take my advice on this side of the coin and don't do what we just get through doing. But the professionals are telling me this is the way to do it, so this is the way I'm doing it. And they say you need to find what it is that inspires you. First off, you need your inspiration, that thing that gives you inspiration. And where can you find new inspiration? Inspiration can be defined only certain ways. So how do you personally define inspiration? Inspiration is anything that motivates you or gives you the will to keep moving forward when everything else looks negative, I guess. You need to find what your inspiration is, and you need to look into other ways to be inspired. So, other ways to be inspired. Well, it's very easy if you really think of it, but we've made it seem so hard that we've cluttered it all up to just keep going on. So inspiration comes from anything. I take inspiration, my main inspiration that keeps me motivated, like my core motivating inspiration deep down inside of me, is one of two things, but one of them being the biggest reason I even started any of this is my kids. That's my inspiration. They inspire me to not only better myself, but to better the world and leave them something, and to show them that they can do it. You know, these are things, those are my inspirations, my core ones right there. That's pretty heavy ones to carry. But who's to say 30 years from now all my kids are gone, and what's going to keep inspiring me? How am I going to keep getting inspiration, to keep being motivated, to keep moving forward, to keep producing out good music, good audio to the world? You know, me with this podcast here, this being the free one, so it's a vague, we don't go very in detail. The other ones that I have for subscribers, we go a little bit more in detail. But the overall goal of all of these podcasts that I produce while doing this journey is to help build a community of artists. Artists being producers, artists being audio engineers. Everything that you do is an art. There's an art form to it. And so I want to build a community of artists that want to work together and get the possibility of making music and audio so available to the masses, no matter the financial standpoints in people's lives. If they sound good and they're talented, they need to have the resources to make it big, to have the masses hear them, hear their voice, hear their story. Because I believe everybody has a story to tell. And I've heard that recently, and I don't know where it came from, but it's so true. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story to tell. How are you going to tell your story? That came from something way back. Man, I don't know where that came from, but that's something right there. That is something right there. You write that down. Everybody has a story. How are you going to tell yours? But anyways, no, let's keep moving forward though. These things are what's going to keep us going. There's things about inspiration. There's things about, there was 1, 2 more things. Your willpower. Do you have the willpower to keep going? Like, you know, do you have it set in your head, no matter what, no matter the circumstance, no matter what happens to me, no matter what anybody does to me, I'm going to keep moving forward and producing the best audio I can. If you can, great. But if you can't, what else is there to do? What are you going to do? You know, are you going to non-stop until I can't anymore, till I just, die from trying? And that's a possibility. I hope it's not something that happens to any of us. But it's a great possibility of something that could happen to any of us. So, with that being said, so don't give up on it. Learn to keep that passion. Whatever passion it is, whatever inspiration, learn how to be creative. Learn how to set time to be creative. You need to schedule out your days. Your days need scheduling. You need to have, I'm teaching to the choir, I'm preaching to the choir here. If you don't understand what that means I'm telling myself the same thing. And y'all are telling me the same thing back. And that is, you have to schedule out your days. You need to schedule out each hour or each half hour. Break it down. Get your free time. Find out how many hours you have free a day. Now schedule those. Schedule those towards your art form, to either learning more about it, to perfecting what you already know, to learning different ways to perform them, or to, I don't know, just anything to do with bettering yourself within that area of expertise. So we have that all down, okay? So let's see, what would be the next big thing to do? Oh, excuse me there. I am thirsty. And, well, needless to say, I can breathe a little bit now. For some reason, I wasn't able to. Alright. So, again, keep those things in mind, please. It's just necessary for us in this journey to keep those things going in our heads at all times. Understanding we have this, that we got this. Like, there is no, well, if we make it, it's going to be pretty awesome. No, it's, when we make this, we are going to have an amazing time. And we're going to do this for everybody. Like, we're going to make sure that nobody is left behind. Like, it doesn't matter where you come from, how far off you are financially. It doesn't matter. If you're, and it takes art, it takes talent, it takes hard work for a person to produce music, to perform music. Hands down, like, y'all are some real artists. Guitar players, piano players, anything instrument-wise, instrument players, y'all rock it out for real. Like, for real you do. Like, I give y'all a huge amount of props, because for real, y'all do. Y'all rock it. But, so, because I can't do it. I've tried. I'm slowly trying to learn the piano, and it's somewhat coming to me, but not majorly. And I don't need to know a whole lot. What I need to know is how to write it, how to put it into a system that can make it for me, and know what it is that I'm asking other artists to perform directly to me, for me, to make a song. What is it that I want? What chord is it? All these things. These are things that me, myself, am trying to do. Not saying that this is exactly the way that you are. You might be coming and listening to this because you're wanting to chase your dreams of being a musician because you play the guitar some. And so this goes exactly over to you too. Just keep doing the hard work. But what's going to keep you going? We got to keep knowing that. So, free time, schedule out your days. Make sure your days are scheduled out. You're going to have to. If we're going to do this, that's the way you're going to do it. There's thousands of people that try this. Millions a year that try. Millions. How many artists do you know of that are big, that are brand new this year? That you know of, like, that's big. Like, that's a big hit. Not very many. And we're talking about millions of people try this. They try it every single day. But they don't make it. We're not talking about not making it. Like, that's not the point of this. We are not saying we're not making it. What we're saying is we are making it. How are we going to make it? Now, it seems a little cocky and it seems a little aggressive, but I'm telling you, you're going to have that mindset that way. You're going to have to be so determined that no matter what, you just know